Derm Detectives Demystifying Dermatology with Dr. Lindsay Ackerman is a wonderful new arena online for medical peer-to-peer content that I was incredibly privileged to have the opportunity to present with the graciousness of my patients who wanted to also be involved in helping to teach other physicians or other medical healthcare professionals about what their disease has meant to them. The most beautiful part is we're coordinating both the patient experience and the medical content. So there are portions of each of one of these episodes that will be the actual patient experience, what it is like to actually live with the burden of disease, artistically rendered in sort of a masterclass type style, appended by me on either side with the medical content. So we're bringing to life both that merger of the science of medicine, but also the art of medicine. Who are these patients we're treating? We're not just treating a disease state, but a person. And the beauty of Derm Detective is that we get to demonstrate this to healthcare professionals all around the United States and potentially all around the world. It's hard to choose which would be my favorite, but I will say that as I'm always compelled by skin serving as a window into what otherwise could go on inside the body and potentially being that clue to exactly what's going on inside the body, there was a particular episode that I really enjoyed filming with a young woman named Tanya. She has a diagnosis of necrolytic migratory erythema, and she is 10 years out from her diagnosis. But at the time she presented as a young girl, 14 years of age, with failure to thrive, had been very ill for the preceding 4 years, and her skin eruption was getting worse and worse. And it was actually the skin eruption, the presentation, shape, size, color, and distribution that led me to identify her internal glucodenoma, which is a pancreatic cancer that was the source of her skin findings. And over the 4 years that no one had been able to identify what was making her ill, we were able to do so by virtue of her skin finding alone. That might be my favorite of the 6, but not because, any of them are any less important than one another. But I am truly compelled by skin being really a window into what otherwise goes on inside the body. And that's just one of so many examples where that can happen. One of the most inspiring things about Derm Detective is that we're diving into those patient experiences deeply, richly, so that all medical professionals can have a greater appreciation of the way that the science integrates with the patient experience. And the patients, these are patients of mine that I've had the privilege of taking care of for years, coming out to share their stories because they want to help other people. They don't want other people to have to suffer the way they did. That to me is a beautiful part of this whole story too. That's a piece of humanity. Skin Intelligent is a passion project of mine that I've executive produced over the past few years that will be actually launching this month on YouTube. It is a medical docuseries. We have content that is otherwise on social media platforms, but the purpose of Skin Intelligent is really to change the dialogue, to demonstrate how we as dermatologists are more than we are perceived to be. So it's to unveil really what we do and who we serve, and to show that in various different contexts, inpatient medicine, outpatient clinic medicine, we are able to use the skin as exactly that, an intel agent into the internal universe of the world. So patients have actually been incredibly vulnerable with me, allowing me to film them in the hospital as we venture together through the discovery process to identify what is on their skin and why it's happening, and in that process, uncover internal disease of consequence. I'm incredibly honored to get to do the work. It's been an amazing journey, but a journey I could not be more proud to be on, frankly. And I know that I'll touch lives, oceans away, really, which feels so incredibly fortunate to be able to do.